And we also have Jupiter at 14 degrees of Pisces and Neptune at 22 degrees of Pisces. So there's a pretty wide stellium there, but it is a stellium. It's all within 10 degrees. So it's interesting, right? The sun gets a 10-degree orb, so it's technically conjoined Neptune. And Neptune is conjoined the moon right now. The moon is about to make well, it's basically conjunct the moon already, isn't it? So we've got that. And the sun is conjunct Jupiter, basically. So, I mean, this is a pretty positive time. I can tell you, I am someone, I've got a Neptune, not Neptune, well, I do have a pretty well-placed Neptune, but I also have my Jupiter in Pisces at birth. And I just went through my Jupiter return. Yes. And so over this past week, over this past month and the end of February, I made a change in some of the work that I do outside of astrology. And I managed to pick up 2 clients, and there's a possibility of working with getting more potential clients. And so it's exciting because I feel like I'm on my Jupiter. You know, it's a good feeling when you're doing something that you feel like Jupiter is that it's supporting. Hold on, I'm going to put my headsets on. I can't seem to hear myself. Okay, there we go. I feel so much better when I can hear myself. It feels like I'm in an ocean far, far away, and I can't hear if you can hear me, if you can hear the music. And I went over, for some reason, when I'm on StreamYard, if I play a video that has music on it in StreamYard, it plays at full force. And the last video I made, you could barely hear me. I mean, it took someone, thank goodness, let me know. And I think it was about 6 minutes in before I was able to fix it. It was a shame. But, you know, some of that is going on, I think, too, with what's been happening. And that is probably because Mercury is conjunct Saturn. They're exactly conjunct as of this moment, actually. They're both at 19 degrees of Aquarius. And I was born with both my Saturn and Mercury in Aquarius. Yes, yes. I'm going through my Mercury return and my Saturn return all over, you know, in the last few months. It's been crazy. Crazy. I mean, it's been a hard year. My daughter talked about it, how hard it's been, but it's one of those years that ages you. And I wonder if anyone can relate to what I'm saying. Like wherever Saturn is, you really age there. It's old. Saturn is like an aging agent. Wherever Saturn lands, it's going to age that area. So, I mean, or, you know, sometimes it petrifies the area. Some people don't come back from a Saturn. I mean, if they've done really bad, Saturn is not to be messed with. I've been having trouble with my legs. I am not going to lie, people. I'm going to keep it 100. I've been having trouble with my legs and my feet. My legs and my feet. And I'm worried about that because when Saturn leaves Aquarius, I have Aquarius in the first house, right? My legs. Aquarius rules the legs. Saturn restricts. So I'm the woman who lost 300 pounds from dancing, but I've not been able to do dancing as much as I like because Saturn's sitting in my first house. It's been crazy, affecting my legs, which have been like swelling, turning black and blue. I mean, you guys don't even understand. I put on a happy face because I have my Jupiter in Pisces in the second house. So that face is always going to be there. And I have my sun on the ascendant. Even when I'm miserable, I probably will put on a face and, you know, the show must go on. Sun on the ascendant. That's me. But in the meantime, my feet are like, girl, So it's been like that, you guys. And today I went and I don't even know if you guys can see this. I went and had my allergies checked. I don't know if you can see that, right? Just the allergies. And just to make sure, because I have allergies to so many different things. And when they said that I didn't have any major reactions to nuts, although I cannot mess with nuts. I am okay sometimes, but nuts will literally, my mouth will like split, like my lips. So I don't know why it didn't register, but they say it doesn't, it's not always exact. But I, gone through it. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about, because I can go on and on and on about what a Saturn return in the first house is all about. If anyone needs to talk to an astrologer about a Saturn return in the first house, we are, let us sit down and talk, okay? Because I can really talk to people about that particular subject in particular. But right now we are looking at a lot of 19s. It's so weird. The moon at 19 degrees of Pisces, and Mercury and Saturn both at 19 degrees. It just kind of looks weird when I look at it. Also lots of 27s. Venus is at 27 degrees of Capricorn. Mars is at 27 degrees of Capricorn. Pluto is at 27 degrees Capricorn. Really a very powerful little stellium going on there. And so, I mean, as a Capricorn, and this is all happening in my first house, I just want to say, I made a video, it's on Instagram. And if you're not a follower of our Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram at instagram.com/astrology a look inside. Okay. But I made a video where it was just saying how my daughter said, Mom, what is it with you and all the filters? And if you go onto our Instagram, you'll see that I make a lot of videos. And the crazy thing, a lot of people don't even realize it, but all the women in the videos are actually me. And what I've done is I used an AI program so I can create little video vignettes, little movies or little mini video shorts. And so I do that because, I mean, who's got the money to pay actors to do all that stuff? Why do that when you can use an AI program where you can have all kind of situations and stuff like that? So that's why I do it. And it's also a great way for me to make like little movie memes that talk about various subjects that are going on. So I'm looking at myself now in my own video, I have definition, but when I look at YouTube, there's no definition to my face there. Like, what's going on? They must have an added filter on YouTube or something, but they just kind of washed my face out. I hope that when it plays back, it looks better. Anyway, let me stop. I'm not even going to look at it because it might tell me I don't need to look at that. Anyway, let's just go back over to where the planets are. So as I was saying, we've got Venus, Mars, and Pluto all conjunct in the first house, for me anyway, but they're in Capricorn, So a lot of Capricorns, I don't know how it's affecting you. Like, I don't know if it's going to affect you the same way as it has with me, with all the makeup and hair and the beauty and the videos and just doing all that kind of stuff, because I'm really working on doing that right now. It could play out in a variety of ways, but I have a feeling that whatever it is doing, it probably does have something to do with your career, just like it has a lot to do with mine. So the next thing I wanted to mention is Uranus, which is at 11 degrees of Taurus. And the funny thing is, it's actually sextile the sun right now. Very good. I mean, it's a very nice sextile. So that's very good. It's not making any strange aspects to any planets that would create any major problems. We did have some issues between Uranus and Mercury earlier, and Saturn, but those are all working out right now. And it's kind of moved away from making any connections. So Neptune, as I mentioned, is actually conjunct the moon at the current time. At this point, me running on at the mouth, very Neptune-ish. I have Neptune on the midheaven, by the way. And so I feel like, over the next few hours, people are probably just going to be asleep. I'm coming in late. It's 11:24 p.m. on Pacific time. So most people on the East Coast are already asleep. Pluto, I mentioned 27 degrees of Capricorn, true node, 25 degrees of Taurus. It is retrograding. And so it's actually moving towards making a square to both Mercury and Saturn. It's 6 degrees away, but eventually they are going to make squares. So just be aware of that. And that's going to be some lessons, I guess, we all have to learn. Chiron's at 10 degrees of Aries, and it's really not making much aspect to anything. And with that, that is where the planets are. As of March 2nd, 2022, happy new moon in Cancer to all. And I hope you all were, had a good day. As new moon, I said new moon in Cancer, new moon in Pisces, new moon in Pisces. But I think my mind was on Cancer because I spend time with my daughter, right? And it's the new moon, the moon's the mother. So my mind was going to that. Anyway.
Astrology, a look inside. Presenting astrology and tarot readings for all.